see hydrostatic paradox. Hydrostatic paradox is nothing but the shape of vessel containing the liquid does not affect the pressure. So this is known as what? Hydrostatic paradox. So we will consider vessels which are of different shape, but they are interconnected to each other, and what will happen if we start filling it with some liquid. Okay, so now see the diagram. From the diagram we can say that considering interconnected vessels, when we pour a liquid in any one of the vessel, it is noticed that the level of the liquid is same in all the vessels. Okay, so isn't it like a puzzling, right? Why it is puzzling? Because we don't know where the pressure is more. Okay, so this is what it is called as what? Hydrostatic paradox. So the question is at which vessel the pressure will be more. So let's see. From the equation, as we have studied before, the pressure due to liquid column, we have got one equation, that is P is equal to H rho G. So it is clear that the pressure depends on height of the liquid in liquid column. So in the above case, the height of the liquid column is same for all the vessels. Therefore, according to the above equation, we can say that the pressure of the liquid column in each vessel is the same and the system is in equilibrium. Note that the pressure does not depend on the area of vessel. So the area is different for each vessel, but the pressure is almost same. Why? Because the height of the liquid in each vessel is same. Next is Pascal law. Okay, so Pascal law states that the pressure applied at any point of an enclosed fluid at rest is transmitted equally and undiminished to every point of the fluid and also on the wall of the container, provided with the effect of gravity is neglected. So let's see where this Pascal law is used. We will see the experimental proof of Pascal law. So can you see the diagram? In this diagram there are 4 outlets. Okay, so each outlet has its own piston. This piston is frictionless. Okay, so each outlet has its own area. Here the area is different. Okay, so what will happen here? Let's see. If we consider a vessel of 4 arms A, B, C and D fitted with frictionless pistons, and if we start filling it with an incompressible liquid. Why we have used incompressible liquid? Because compressible liquid is not being used to check the pressure. Okay, so therefore we are using incompressible liquid. So let the area of A, B and C and D be A, 2A, 3A and A by 2 respectively. From in the diagram we have labeled it. Okay, so if the first arm is pushed, if the first arm is pushed inward, what will happen? Okay, that is if we apply a force on first piston, that is A, what is the effect of that on the other piston? The other pistons, that is B, C and D, also moves outward. The piston will come to the original, means what? It will come to its original position only after applying some force. Okay, so therefore let us see what force it is applied. So if you apply 2F, 3F and F by 2 on the B, C and D arms, then what you will get, before this we have seen about pressure, right? So in that we have seen the formula for pressure. What it is? It is force upon area. The same formula we are going to use, only we have to substitute the values of force and the area we are considering. Okay, so first pressure on the pressure on second arm, that is PB, is equal to what? 2F upon 2A. 2 gets cancelled and we get what? F upon A. Similarly, we are going to find out the pressure at C and D. You can see that we get the same answer as we got for PB, right? So it is all of 3 are F upon A. So this means what? The pressure at B, pressure at C and pressure at D is same, right? This indicates that the pressure applied by a piston is equally transmitted to all the parts of vessels. Then we will see the applications of Pascal law. So in this, we will see the first thing is hydrostatic lift. Hydrostatic lift means what? It is used for lifting heavy object using a small force. This hydrostatic lift we have seen in the vehicles which we take for washing, right? So in washing center we use this hydrostatic lift. In that we use different type of oil, okay? So consider a tank containing fluid and it is fitted with two pistons, okay? The first one is S1 and the second one is S2. The green color part it will called as what? Piston. So S1 has smaller area and S2 has bigger area, okay? So from this we can say that the area A2 is much greater than area A1. On this bigger area we are going to put the object which you have to lift. So if we apply a force on if you apply force F1 on small piston, it is in downward direction, then it creates a pressure P is equal to F1 upon A1, which is transmitted to the bigger piston, and therefore the force which is created on the bigger piston is F2 is equal to P A2, and therefore if you put the value of P, then we will get what? F2 is equal to F1 A2 upon A1. So it is clear that F2 is much larger than F1. Thus, applying a small force on a piston S1, we can lift heavy loads by using the piston S2. Okay. Then we will see hydraulic brakes. Hydraulic brakes are used to slow down or stop vehicles in motion. It is based on the principle of hydraulic lift. Okay. So from the figure, we can see that there is a schematic diagram of hydraulic brake system. So can you see the green color line which is called as what? Brake pedal. Okay, by pressing this brake pedal, the piston of master cylinder which is attached to the master cylinder, the brake pedal is attached to the master cylinder. Okay, so if you press the brake pedal, the piston of master cylinder is pushed forward. As a result, what will happen? This master cylinder is attached to the slave cylinder. There are 4 slave cylinders. So this slave cylinder's piston, having much larger area as compared to the master cylinder, also moves in forward direction to maintain the volume of oil. Thus, the slave piston also pushes the friction pad against the rotating disc, and this rotating disc is connected to the wheels, and therefore it applies a force on the wheels which are moving, and therefore the vehicle slows down or it stops. Okay, so as we have seen in the hydraulic lift, same we will see here. Let A1 and A2 be the area of master cylinder and slave cylinder. The master cylinder has smaller area and the slave cylinder has a bigger area. So if you apply a force F1 on master cylinder, pressure is created. So this pressure is equal to what? F1 upon A1. And the force which on slave cylinder is F2 is equal to F1 A2 upon A1. So therefore F2 is much greater than F1. Thus small force applied on brake pedal create large force and slow down or stops a moving vehicle. Okay, so I hope so you have understood whatever we have studied now. Thank you for watching.